Hey, what's up, everybody? I know they didn't play the entrance music in the back, but that's okay. I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, and welcome to the Pulse. Sitting back in the back in the gorilla position, Dr. Quack, he's keeping an eye out for who's here. I already know we've got two great guests. Oh, there he is. He let us know he's at the gorilla. But we got two great guests here. The first one coming on, he's a perennial here on the Pulse. He's one half of the tag team champions. Please welcome to the show, the Heathen. Sorry, a little stutter there. I didn't mean to stutter, champ, but welcome to the show.
We'll let it slide this time. How's your evening?
So far, so good. I've got one half of my tag team champions here, so it's always a great show when the gold is on the screen.
Let me just add this real quick. And still reigning, defending tag team champions.
There we go. And we got someone else who I know she's coming on to gloat a little bit. Whether it was by 1 point, a coin flip, or a blowout, it still shows in the record book she beat the Tin Man. Welcome to the show, Mary Sue.
Actually, we won't be on right now. Her phone is freezing, but I do have somebody else back here for you. Would you like to know who it is?
Send them on, and when Mary Sue comes on, please bring her on.
All right, my boss, your boss, and everybody else's boss, the Bossolini.
Oh, yes. Welcome back, the active boss, Bossolini.
How y'all doing? Matter of fact, how your mom and them doing? Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Don't care. Don't give a damn.
All right. Welcome to the show. And I apologize that Mary Sue her phone is freezing. It's the technology of the world we live in. And I do have to clarify something that I accidentally said during the last show, Settled the Score, that Bossolini on the 15th gets into the Pure Heart. It's actually the Soul Fire. He will be one of the 3 people to qualify for a Soul Fire title shot on the 15th. So I apologize for saying the wrong thing. So let's talk about that first, boss. How do you feel? You got a match with AEP at Royal Ball, and you're getting a shot at the Soul Fire Championship to qualify.
Well, I've been trying to get my best to bring the best out of AEP. Hype after hype after hype. But see, it's something that AEP hasn't realized. He's a responder. He needs me to go first. He needs me to lead him all the way. So I'm gonna be his trailblazer and see if he can follow me to the finish line. And then the Pure Heart qualifier. I mean,
Soul Fire.
The
Soul Fire
qualifier. Whoever on my line up against, hope they're going to be ready for a fight. And yes, buy my merch. But I hope they're going to be ready for a fight. Because whoever is a Soul Fire champ, when I get there, if it's Heathen, Villain, the Storyteller, or Hollywood Cupcake, I don't care.
All righty. I think the boss is looking to frost the Hollywood. So Heathen, let's turn to you now that you have one of those shots on the 15th. You, as boss mentioned, going into that Soulfire Fatal 4-Way. I obviously don't want to ask the question who you think is going to win because you're going to say you. But how do you feel about Bossolini possibly being on the other side of you after that?
Honestly, I look forward to it so I can right the wrong that was dealt to me in Bossolini's debut, because in my opinion, it was a fluke.
Okay.
Wait, why you want to right the wrong that happened between me and Hodgepodge?
No, if it's me across from you for my Soulfire title, you don't stand a chance in hell, sir.
Look, this ain't a tag match. You ain't got somebody to hold your hand.
If you go and look at my singles career as of recently, I'm actually on the winning side of things.
As of recently.
Yeah, I've not lost a match in a couple months now.
All right. let's talk.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm no longer Cupcake. I have no idea who that was. I assume I know who it is.
It's probably
And
one of his disciples.
yeah, probably is. So let's talk about a couple of other matches here. So Heathen, you're facing off with Chaos as a tune-up match going into the Soulfire match on the 15th. How do you feel about facing off with Chaos?
Well, it's not obvious that me and Chaos, we do have a good bit of history, but it being a bare bones match that we both agreed to, I think that's going to be one of the biggest matches of the night, because he did agree to said terms. It's gonna be 1-on-1, heads up, just the way I like it. So I think everybody's in for a knockdown drag out in that situation.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've been kind of impressed with Chaos here in his short reign. I know he's well known all over the promo world, but when people come to Heart and Soul, it's always a little bit different here. There's a little bit different feel about people, and I've been surprised Chaos has adapted very, very well. Boss, you know Chaos very, very well. What's your thought on Chaos Heathen?
I believe it's gonna be a knockdown drag out match, but you saying that Chaos adapted and he had a close run in with the Brick don't add up. You know, I mean, if the Brick is what everybody been calling him, you know, some washed up wannabe promo artist, and he's taking Chaos to the limit. That mean he should just run right over him. I mean, that's just going by what you know, what they say.
Okay, I see your point there. I've been impressed with how he's come out. Now, Brick found something. He's been motivated. He was motivated against Rig, and he's continued to show that motivation of, you know, I've returned to the world. I have a chip on my shoulder, and it appears that, you know, he's been putting up a good fight. So I don't see it quite as, you know, washed up the Brick. He's been showing us a side of him we haven't seen in a long time.
Let me piggyback off of that. Notice what happened after when he started this so-called hot streak. It's the same as I tell everybody else. They took a loss from me. He took a loss from me, and look at the streak that he's been on. The same as Sir Captain when I beat Sir Captain. The same as Mary Sue took a beating from me and went out and beat Tin Man.
Okay. Boss, you want to comment on that or follow up on that?
Well, of course, Mary Sue was going to beat Tin Man. She was avenging Rainbow. You know, but you are right. Some of these people, they do rebound very well after losing to you. You know, it's just like, but I mean, saying something like that, the Purge can say the same thing. You lost to the Purge and you went ape shit. So you're saying that Purge was your catalyst?
Honestly, if I had to pick a catalyst for that situation, that was the day that I realized that the people of HSP turned on me, and I made a deal with the devil himself, signed up with Rig, and that's when everything changed, because that's when I finally stopped giving a shit.
Oh.
Well, let's talk about that match next. It's going to be on Royal Ball. Rig and Sir Captain, the last two names that have recently been mentioned here. So, Boss, we'll start with that one. Rig and Sir Captain, your thoughts?
Well, say it like this. Sir Captain is going to have to bring a lot to the table. Because Rig is still upset about the fact that Brick can celebrate, saying that he covered the spread. So I'm pretty sure that Rig is going to try to rip arms, legs, toes, and everything else off of Sir Captain. You know, Sir Captain had told you that he didn't beat death on more than one occasion. So we're gonna have to see what happens.
Yep, and Heathen, going to you on that. Sir Captain brought everything and then some against Hollywood Haywood. Yes, he didn't win, but that was the most intense Sir Captain I think I've ever seen. Is Rig maybe taking Sir Captain a little bit too lightly, do you think? Or is he ready for the new Sir Captain that we just saw?
Well, all I can say is about Rig, everybody thinks that until match time. But then when match time rolls around, look what happens. Everybody can believe what they want to believe in Rig going up in this match against Sir Captain. But as everybody knows, when that camera comes on and Rig is on point, I don't think Sir Captain stands a chance.
All righty. And then I want to go into this one here, Mr. Wallace and Prince Blackheart. But I want to talk kind of about Prince Blackheart, the hacking, and the storyteller. Do you believe that what they said, that Prince Blackheart is exonerated, or do you believe Blackheart is still doing this hacking?
Oh, did you take that first, boss?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. It's real interesting that the hacker decided to finally speak. And he finally decided to speak. See, I'm a person that pay attention to things. So he decided to finally speak. And then all of a sudden, there's a person who's having their first match in HSP. I mean, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but you know, if the hacking magically stops showing, I believe that's your hacker. And not to be funny, but Prince Blackheart doesn't seem that technically sound to actually hack anything. I think he has a problem getting his phone to cut off.
You see him as a scapegoat, or do you see him maybe as a patsy?
Yeah, you know, it's just right place, wrong place, right time.
All right. Heathen, do you have anything else to add on that, or your thoughts?
Honestly, you want my opinion? I think Storyteller's hacking his own stuff to cover the fact that his best doesn't cut it anymore. So I think he's using it as an excuse because he sucks. Just saying.
Okay. Have you ever faced him? One-on-one. One-on-one. Storyteller.
Nope.
All right. That might be interesting to see. So then Prince Blackheart is taking on Mr. Wallace, who came off a tough loss to A-List Alverson. So what's your thoughts on this one? Heathen, you can take this one first.
I'm going to say what I said before. I called it. I called it. Big match situation. What happens? As always, Mr. Wallace drops the ball. Big shocker. So, I mean, the hype ain't real behind Mr. Wallace. So, once again, somebody else that I'm going to prove that his victory over me was a fluke.
All right. Boss.
That's Blackheart versus Mr. Wallace. Well, this is one of those ones. First thing, has anybody checked on Mr. Wallace? Is he okay?
We have reached out to his representation, and he's taken a couple days of vacation to get some perspective, but his representation said he will be at the match.
Okay, because I spoke to one of his guys, Mr. Vagabond, and Vagabond said he didn't know where he was.
Well, honestly, wouldn't you disappear for a couple of days after taking a beating like that?
I mean, he should be used to it by now. A-List. But then you gotta look at it. It's not a big match. There's nothing really on the line for this match. So I'm gonna give it to Mr. Wallace just because there's nothing big in the match. It's just him versus the hacker. I mean, Prince Blackheart.
All right. So, Mary Sue, we're talking Mr. Wallace, Prince Blackheart. First, your thoughts on the hacker. Do you think Prince Blackheart is involved with this group? Do you think he's a patsy? Or do you have a speculation on who you think the hacker is?
I'm not sure who the hacker is, and I'm hoping it's not Blackheart, because he has come a long way. So I'm really hoping it's not Blackheart.
Okay.
I'm not sure who it would be.
All righty. So what's your thoughts on Mr. Wallace versus Prince Blackheart?
Oh, I give credit to Blackheart, but I think Mr. Wallace is going to win this one. He just has that drive.
All righty. And you froze up just we brought you on. I want to ask how it feels to get a win over the Tin Man. I mean, yeah, it was by a coin flip, but you know what the record book says? It says that Mary Sue beat the Tin Man. How's it feel? Tell us your thoughts.
Oh, I was shocked. And then when the coin flip came, I think I literally screamed. Everyone was looking at me. I was excited to have the win over Tin Man.
Well, I know that there was a lot of comments on there. You made a lot of good lines, especially throwing the sandwich away was a great line.
Hey, I wanted that sandwich.
I'll make you another one, boss. You're the only one I'll make a sandwich for.
All right, so we'll go with Heathen and Boss. How much of a catapult do you think this gives Mary Sue a win over Tin Man?
Honest opinion, not that much, because everybody else has already beaten Tin Man. Look at the shape Tin Man's in now. I beat him. Rig beat him. He's kind of floundering. So, I mean, I'm not that impressed. I mean, because I did just put the beat down of a lifetime on her. So, she's back to being irrelevant.
All right, Boss.
So if you actually listen to anything Heathen said, any success Mary Sue is going to have is because he beat her. That's what he's trying to say. But I believe that Mary Sue is going to take that win and continue to push herself further and further. Britt cannot hack anything. Everybody knows this.
Well, villain, you never know. It might be the villain. He likes to do that shady stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he does like to blame other people.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, and he probably knows how to get the voice for Stephen Hawking, because that's the voice they used was a Stephen Hawking modifier. So I'm sure he probably got some of those around somewhere.
Come on. If we pay attention, the only thing Britt can do is crash Conqueror TV. Oops, did I say that?
It's okay. It's all right. So let's talk a little bit about the big main event here. A-List Alverson, Vagabond, and Landfill. You know, this is A-List Alverson has definitely had some tough competition along the way defending the title, but this is his first triple threat as a title holder here. So all of your thoughts here. How do you think A-List is going to come out on this, or do you think someone's going to step up and finally take him off his perch? Mary Sue, we'll start with you.
Well, Landfill, Vagabond, they're definitely tough components, right? I think A-List is going to keep it. He's had it this long. I think he's going to keep it.
All right. Boss, Mr. Merch. Oh, I figured he's putting on a shot collar shirt.
Oh, you know it. Because if I'm going to speak about a shot caller, your longest reigning, defending, undisputed, pure heart champion, A-List Alverson. I don't believe that a Air Reality member can beat him, and I definitely don't think that Grimace, Landfill with a second chance can beat him.
Okay.
So we just gonna keep the shot caller's gonna keep riding. A-List is gonna hold that title. I'm gonna come take that Soulfire title, and then one of us will team up with my man, what's his name? Superman. take the tag titles. Heathen.
All right. Heathen, your thoughts?
First off, let me just say, hey, how you doing? Get your reflection in there all nice and good, because ain't you been there before? And you couldn't get the job done? So we'll just go from that route first. But when it comes to A-List, Alverson, Landfill, and Vagabond, Landfill, he'll probably be the biggest threat to A-List in that match, because I don't think Vagabond can stand with those two. But if A-List pulls something out of his sleeve like he pulled against Mr. Wallace, I think A-List has a chance of retaining.
All right. So with the loss of Iron Bison out of this match due to some personal reasons, do you think Iron Bison would have been a difference maker in this match? Yes or no? Mary Sue?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he would have lasted.
All right. Boss,
To be
yes or
honest.
no?
To be honest, I believe Iron Bison would have been a bigger threat than the other two. He already got a win over Vagabond, so.
All right. Heathen?
I think Iron Bison would have been your winner that night.
All right.
I don't
Well,
believe
with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. You know, we like to pay the bills. We like to make you go out there and get those bosses merged. So, Dr. Quack, if you're still at the gorilla position, can you take us to commercial?
If you have ever wanted to own a championship belt made to the highest quality standards, an exact duplicate of your favorites growing up that you saw on TV, or your own dreamed up customization, reach out to ORM Belts, the official sponsor of Heart and Soul Promotions, maker of the Soulfire, Tag Team, and Pure Heart Championship. That's ORM Belts.
Welcome back. We want to thank our sponsors, Crystal Infinity and ORM Belts. Crystal Infinity, a longtime sponsor. And Heathen, if you would hold up one of those belts made by ORM, that tag team title, as you saw in the commercial there, that is an ORM product. He makes top quality, high quality belts, great leather, great prices. So reach out to Crystal Infinity for all your crystal needs. And if you are a belt person who likes to collect belts, check out ORM Belts on Facebook. As you see there, no Velcro. Those are snaps, high quality work right there. Thank you very much, Heathen, for showing that off to us. And as you saw, the entire card for the Royal Ball. That match or that show is going to take place September 1st. 5:30 p.m. Central will be the pre-show, and we'll start about 15 minutes after that. It just gives everybody a chance to get on there, and you'll be able to see all these great matches that we're talking about here on the Pulse. So we also want to talk about one more thing coming up. Oh, what do we got here? So easy forgot. Oh, wow. Ouch. Before we get to that thought process right there, we've started the voting now for the end of year awards, September 30th this year. So that's coming up at the end of September is the 1 year anniversary of Heart and Soul Promotions. And our locker room is voting on the year end awards. We will have that show on September 30th. So keep an eye out there for when that's going to, what time that's going to start. That'll be right here on our page. So you'll be able to follow and find out who won the awards, like Promo Artist of the Year, Most Improved, the Blue Chipper, the Tag Team. All those awards will be announced September 30th. So let's speculate on that a little bit there. So I want you guys just to kind of give a throw out there of, besides yourself, who do you think will be the promo artist of the year and why? We started with Mary Sue this time, so we're going to start with Heathen on this side.
Promo artist of the year. If I was throwing the name out, I would have to go with the showman of the Soulfire division himself, Mr. Hollywood Haywood.
All righty. Boss?
Well, it's going to be a toss-up. Because you can't go wrong with saying Hollywood Haywood because he is the longest reigning defending champion in HSP. But the title he has doesn't have the desirability as the title that the longest reigning defending Pure Heart champion holds. So, might be a little biased, might be just factoids. I'm gonna go with A-List Albums.
All right. And Mary Sue?
Boss already took the words out of my mouth. I was going to go with A-List also.
All righty. And then before we go on to the next one, I remember that Villain put up a little thing about Bad Superman. So forgetful, one of his members forgot him. Boss, do you have a response to that?
Well, wait, who was that again?
Yeah, Villain.
Oh, see, now that's easily forgettable. But no, I didn't forget Bad Superman. It's just that sometimes when you're in a little pain, your words don't get to come out the way they want to. So, Villain, before you try to put any shot caller on blast, realize that we doing things that you can't do. I mean, if you got a problem with Bad Superman, wait, you already faced them. Maybe you can find a tag partner and face off against the shot callers. Oh, wait a minute. You tried to find a tag partner, but you and the person that Mary Sue beat couldn't work together. So I don't know.
So, Mary Sue, I know you're looking forward to facing Bad Superman here in the very near future. That contract almost got signed, but we want to say thank you to Bad Superman. He has some military obligations that made him unable to accept that match, so he will be coming around very, very soon. So thank you, Bad Superman, for your service. But what are your thoughts on Bad Superman, Mary Sue?
He's actually pretty good, but I was kind of looking forward to seeing it, but having a match with him. But his duties to the military come first, so I salute him on that.
All right. And Heathen, your thoughts on Bad Superman?
Let me first off start by saying thank you, Bad Superman, for what you're out there doing, giving us the right to be here doing what we're doing. As a promo artist, he's an up-and-comer. I think with a little bit more time, a little bit more experience, I think he could be dangerous in the promo world. So, I got nothing but good things to say about Bad Superman.
All righty. And I will say I was really impressed with the way he's come in, and he's come in pretty strong, made a name for himself. I like his resume check. I think that's a very, very clever idea. But he's also, if you're one of those people that likes to do predictions, there's a league of predictions where you can guess scores for pay-per-views. Check out some of those promo feds that do predictions. They're called prediction leagues, I believe. Boss, you're familiar with a prediction league. If you'd like to go over that a little bit, for people that might be interested in those in the future.
There's a couple of places that are primarily prediction leagues. The FTW has a prediction league. Elite Marks and Wrestling Marks are prediction based. And even in the VOH, they do have a prediction division where Bad Superman is the reigning, defending predictions champion. So with the prediction league, it's a lot of fun because it tests your knowledge of the product. It tests your knowledge of what's been going on Raw, SmackDown. Depending on what league you in, AEW, Rampage. It depends. Depends on the brand. Like I think one of the brands, they have a 2-night show, and it's going to go one night. I think it's off the AEW pay-per-view. The next night is off Clash at the Castle. It's just diverse, and the prediction league is a lot of fun if that's your thing.
All right, so for those of you that are watching, if you're thinking about getting into the promo world, by all means, there's Heart and Soul, VOH, PPA. But if you're more interested in trying to predict accurately pay-per-views, there are those prediction leagues out there. So make sure you, as Landfill says, please do this at home. So you could reach out to both of those. So kind of gone over all the stuff that I wanted to go over on this show. Is there anything you guys wanted to discuss on this show? We'll leave it to you guys before we do the final words. So we'll go with Heathen first. Anything you'd like to discuss?
The only thing that I can really put out there at this point is I hope everybody's looking forward to this show, because some of the matches on this upcoming card, there's some great matches. But I'm going to put a word out to Chaos that when this bare bones match takes place on the 1st, there will be blood, so parental advisory may be advised.
All righty. Boss, anything you'd like to discuss?
Well, the first thing is get back to this voting for the year-end awards. This might be the first and the last time that you hear me say this. If I vote and the tag team of the year comes up, my vote is going to be for the Highway Hellraisers. And there's one reason behind this. A legend in the wrestling game said, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And as of right now, there has been no one that's been able to beat the Highway Hellraisers. So with that being said, if they don't win by a landslide, I don't know what y'all watching.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. So let's bring him out of the gorilla position. If he wants anything to discuss, Dr. Quack, is there anything you'd like to bring forward before we end this show?
Quack.
I'm ready to see what happens here. I'm ready to see what the big matches. I mean, that Pure Heart Championship match. Can A-List Alverson actually continue on? I mean, he's had now, this will be his 3rd match in over a month defending that title. Not going to be an easy task for anybody. That's definitely one of the big matches. A lot of good matches on the card for sure. Definitely excited.
I agree. So we'll go around the horn here. Dr. Quack, if you want to start with final thoughts, or you just want to go back to the gorilla?
I'm going to go back to the gorilla. I'm going to let y'all talk.
All right. So final thoughts. Boss?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are a few short days away from my official on-screen return, where I face off against AEP. The man is known throughout the promo world, and he said that he's going to beat the boss. I think he tried, the last time I seen him tell me that I was washed up. Said that I was Michael Jordan, he was LeBron James. Said that I was Brock Lesnar, and he was the tribal queef. But with all that being said, there's not one of those names that he's named that really is out of the game. If Mike wanted to lace him up, he could probably do it. And we just seen at SummerSlam what the Beast Incarnate is able to do. It took an entire family to stop him.
True. That's true.
Oh God, it's a purge.
And no, that's Justin Smith. That's the PPA CEO, Justin Smith.
That's even worse.
For fuck's sake, Mr. Mayhem,
The good thing is I can't see.
why do you always fuck things up?
Your CEO, Justin Smith. It says so right there on your tag.
I am the
No, it
purge,
says
not
Purge,
the dumbass
not the
CEO.
Justin Smith.
That's why you are
Look,
the
I can mess
pencil.
with Purge all day long because it's funny.
I don't
Jesus
know why
fucking
I'm sorry,
Christ. That's
Purge.
why you are the pencil,
Purge.
Mr. Mayhem. Hollywood Haywood is always right.
Well, I got a question I want to ask him. And
Please.
maybe y'all can relay the answer because I can't see or hear him. But how does it feel to lose to the BADD? You know,
Don't
that
care.
predictions champion guy that you were talking about.
Boss. I don't really care about any losses after all. I just said what I'm gonna say, and that's how I'm gonna do with Damien Cross. And I know you watching Damien Cross. You're just being scared to face me live here on the Pulse. I just stopped AEW Dynamite extra for you that I'm coming on screen for you. Extra. This is a special service just for you and coming at the Royal Spell. I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna be my bitch.
Wow. Somebody just said reminded Purge lost to Mary Sue a lot.
Don't care again.
So I apologize, Purge. Unfortunately, you lowercased your name and then made the not the big. So I apologize. I know you don't like your doppelganger, Justin Smith. I apologize, but I saw the small Purge and the big Justin Smith. So I do apologize. That was not on purpose. That was a true slip, and I apologize. So please, give us your thoughts on anything you'd like to discuss about the Royal Ball besides your match with Damien Cross.
Barcelini versus AEP. I believe Barcelini is coming anyways on top because we all know AEP is gonna be only good in cutting 20-minute high promos. Eden, who do you gonna face again?
Chaos.
Okay. Don't let me down, Eden. I'm gonna put more money on you, so don't let me down. You know it.
Very nice. And
Damn
who you
God.
think's coming out of the triple threat? A-List, Landfill, Vagabond.
Do you want to have the honest opinion, or do you want to have the opinion to trigger Barcelini?
You want to, kid.
I want what the Purge sells. So whatever the Purge wants to bring.
All right. I'm gonna think that A-List Elverson is gonna anyways retain the title. But my outer Purge is gonna say that Vagabond is gonna be the new Pure Arts champion.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Maybe the two big heavy hitters wear themselves out, and Vagabond sneaks in on that. You never know.
That's high quality H2O.
All righty. So we finished with Barcelini. So Heathen, your final thoughts.
Honestly, I've said just about all I need to say. I just hope Chaos is prepared for what's about to happen come September 1st.
All right. And Purge, you've worked the ring many times. Take it home.
Why should I take it home, goddammit? Am I the host? Am I need to do your work right now?
No,
Are you
you're not.
kidding me?
You're closing out the final thoughts.
See,
You're
Purge,
taking it home.
know your role and shut your mouth. You're supposed to.
I don't need to make my final thoughts about it. Go take it home, Mr. Mayhem. Back to your regular schedule.
Well, there it is. I guess Purge and Hollywood Haywood are going to be the new tag team here. We never know. It's going to be interesting. Is he joining Master of Illusion? Is it going to be the three of them?
Not
We don't
in
know,
1
but we
million
will
years.
find out because you never know what's going on in that mind of Purge. So with that being said, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us as always. Heathen, Bossellini, buy his merch. Purge, buy his merch. Buy Heathen's merch. Buy Heart and Soul Promotion merch. I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, and we're going to see you next week with the show for the Pulse right before Royal Ball. We'll
Hi,
see you
Jesse.
then.